There you go.
Okay, now there we go.
Now go back and
Welcome
repeat.
to the
Go back
Midnight
and
Hour with Hobbs Horror. Have Cheetah with you, Mr. Bones, and Kelly Helen Thompson, director of Lefty Lucy, and an avid karaoke singer. She wasn't on
Yeah.
Star Search.
Take two.
We were just discussing my ability to sing on karaoke. I do a
and
little bit of
you're
Doors.
about ready to, weren't you ready to bust out some Radar Love, Hobbs?
Yeah, I did Radar Love once and I killed it. It was horrible. I did the Dayton Roller Girls one time was at a bar, and I did You've Lost That Love and Feeling to show support for the Roller Girls.
Mm.
That was a crazy experience, but
Isn't
welcome.
isn't that, isn't it on Top Gun? That love and feeling?
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
That's how he was getting Kelly McGillis to court with him, for lack of a better term.
Yes. I think she was extremely upset that she's not in the second one.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I mean,
Mm,
would you
Yeah.
want to see her in the second one? Be honest. I mean, I would, but would you
No.
guys want to see her in the second one?
mm,
No.
nah, no.
No.
Are you guys lying?
No, she doesn't. Huh?
Are you guys lying?
No.
You want
No.
to see her in the second
She.
one?
I mean, she's free to do whatever she wants as far as how she lives her life. But like you see Tom Cruise now. I mean, he looks like he's barely aged at all. And Kelly McGillis, just I don't know. She just lives her life. What can I say? She lives her best life, and I don't think. I mean, what would she come back as? Like like with her a son or a daughter they didn't know that Pete had. Um, that's the only way I could see it. But as far as like a romantic type of thing, I just no, I just couldn't
See,
see that.
I let Patrick say the things that I know that I want to say. I just won't, because I would have said it.
I'm just
I
being
let
honest.
him handle the light work.
Kelly McGinnis can still act. I mean, I've seen her in several things that she's done, and I really enjoyed her in. In fact, she did one really fantastic horror movie called The Innkeepers. Um, it's funny
Yeah.
as hell on the commentary in that how she did her audition for the film. It's absolutely hilarious. Um, but as far as her, doing a major feature film, there's just no way they're going to have her come back. There's just no way they're going to cast her.
The in, the Innkeepers was fantastic. That
Yeah,
was a great
it's a
Was
film.
great
it?
movie. Yeah.
All right. So I think we got enough people in here to start with the questions. So,
Okay.
all right. Now that I'm in, I can ask all the
Can
good stuff.
I may I please ask the first question?
Raise your hand first.
Okay, I like to ask the first question.
Patrick, go ahead.
Where's Ghost?
Oh, she's on the couch.
Because last time Ghost was behind you, but pretty much the whole interview, and it was really rocking.
Yeah, she was. Right now, she's not. She doesn't care right now.
Okay, that was my first question. Back to you, Hobbs.
So tell us about your experience at Spooky Empire. What did you do? Did you have
Um,
fun?
I had fun. It was good. It was different than being a guest.
Yeah.
Working the event is a lot different. You get to do a lot of people watching.
Yeah. So could you
And
tell us
yeah.
about KP Ghost Productions a little bit? I know you were kind of there talking about it in some of the interviews that I'd seen.
Oh, that's what I call the production company that we make the movies with. That's
Okay.
what we call it.
Yeah.
Or what I call it.
What made you come up with that name?
Because my cat's name is Ghost, and I was actually I was trying to start it with another girl, and her name had a P in it, but and my name had it's a K, but
Oh, okay.
she bailed, and then I kind of ended up keeping the P, even though there's no reason for me to have it. Should be KT.
True.
Technically,
That's true.
since she bailed.
So let me jump in on this one too. So I really liked the concept of Lefty Lucy. Where did you come up with that, or was this kind of a joint decision on how to on that particular film? I know you got some high praise for the film. I'm just curious where you got the idea on.
I was an Uber driver and I wrote that screenplay. It's not really based on real life because real life that stuff does not happen in real life. It's pretty boring for the most part, but I was trying to make up impossible scenarios that would probably never happen in a night of driving people around, but it'd be interesting. So,
You know, I partake in some gig work myself,
mhm.
and I have not driven anybody around, but I've driven food to people's houses before. And I can honestly tell you, I've seen a couple things that were a little bit crazy, but it would not
Yeah.
surprise me if I was driving around in an Uber that some of that shit may actually happen.
Well, it's not really shocking. I do suspect there are certain instances when I was driving people around that things are the questionable were happening, but I didn't ask any questions. I just kind of just kept quiet and said
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
if there's more than one stop, like there's 5 different stops that this person has to go through. There's some shady shit going on there.
Yeah, I work with the general public in my place of employment, and it never ceases to amaze me the stuff that I learn on a daily basis. I get people
Yeah.
calling in to pretend to be other people. Um, I get kids calling in for parents at my place of employment, trying to be their parents. I get people that try to scam other people when they call me. So, it's things don't surprise me too much, but the opening
Yeah.
sequences of that film was pretty damn interesting. Uh, so I had to turn the volume all the way down. So, how long did it take for you to come up with how long did all the filming take as far as overall?
Um, the filming for that movie that took about a month for us to do the filming. The the edit it took longer for the post production than anything.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then I wrote the screenplay, and then I had somebody edit it. So one of the guys that helped with the production, he edited the screenplay for me, and then he had a few ideas he wanted me to write in, so I wrote them in, and that was it. So
I have to ask you this, and please don't take it the wrong way because there's no chance that I would be able to do it on screen. The opening sequences, I'm not going to go into details on it, but how do you like just I feel like I would laugh during certain scenes like that, like I feel like I would never be able to do any type of like a sexual scene or anything without cracking up, or like I just could not do it. Having a camera in front of me and then filming that stuff, how do you stay composed during things like that? Like,
well, we stayed focused. The guy that I was working with, he was pretty used to things like that. He was not nervous at all. I had never actually had a camera on me in a doing a type of scene like that before. That was my first time. So,
I mean,
um,
no offense, but you didn't look like you were like inexperienced as far as like the camera. The acting was fantastic. I was just curious because, I just think that considering some of the sequences, I think I'd be laughing my ass off, like just trying to stay composed.
no, I didn't really laugh. I mean, I will say that the guy that I was working with, the funniest part of that whole thing was before we started filming, walked in the house and he was just buck naked. He's just walking around. And he's like, "I'm ready to film now." I'm like,
My
okay.
God.
And then the
Wow.
whole production crew, the camera, the sound, everybody was like, "Holy shit!" homeboy's walking around naked. I'm like, I think that's because he's a nudist. And they're like,
Oh,
oh. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he was ready to go. He's like, are we doing this for real? You know, real life. I'm like, no. But
yeah, yeah.
he was a team player. He was good.
I think of movies like, with Michael Douglas in it, and I'm like, he makes it look so easy, when he does sensual scenes and things like that, and I just don't know how I don't know how I could handle it. Um,
Uh,
I guess they train that in
yeah.
acting school, right?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I'd have to say the more complex one, really, that we did in Lefty Lucy was the bathroom part.
Yeah,
That was more nerve
yeah.
wracking than anything because I'd never. I'm like, that was I never done anything like that with that. I mean, I wasn't really familiar with that actor, so it was weird. It's
Did you
like,
expect
oh,
to get the recognition and the success that it had afterwards as much as it did with the awards and things?
um, I didn't know what to expect. The Wee Massacre Boys, they were all sorts of thrilled when I came back and had all the, told them about all of it. And yeah, I didn't expect to win that many awards or, get that much recognition. No, I mean, it was fun and I wanted to just do it a level up. And those guys were willing to help me out and they did do a good job. I mean,
Yeah,
they did. And they put some heart into it too. So they were a good team to have.
definitely. Is it being distributed still, like with different, like is Wild Eye offered to take it over to any
um
other companies like
It was, and then the distribution companies I was with, they both went out of business. There was with one,
oh, wow.
and then there was another one, and they both went under. So
Huh.
now I'm just self-distributing because of, I mean, it happens, I suppose. Distribution
Yeah,
companies, sometimes they make
yeah,
it, other times they just don't. I mean, there are streaming networks that just, they either sink or swim. It's like
yeah,
you don't. I don't know how how these people do it, but
yeah, yeah. And are you
but
considering a sequel?
a sequel. I don't know if
Yes.
the Wee Masker Boys would. I don't know. I mean, she's technically well, the way it ends, I don't know how you. I mean, we talked about it, but we were, sometimes sequels, it can either be really good or it can ruin everything.
Yeah, some
And
people say that there's like a line between the middle and the third film, that the second film, if out of a three, like a trilogy, is always the worst. Then the third film ends up being the second best. You know?
yeah,
So now you're
true.
going to have to
Yeah.
do two more of them. If you do one more, you're going to have to do a third.
I
You got
I
a lot of
look
work
I look
left.
a lot. I just look a little different than I did back then. But I'm sure the Wee Masker Boys, I mean, they might do it again. I don't know.
Yeah. And,
Where
I
I'm
hear
working
that.
on a huh?
I say I hear that. I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
then
what were you
we did
working on? I'm sorry.
oh no, what? Go ahead.
You said you
Sorry.
were working on something. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I'm doing the next one coming up is a different thing. It's a different concept, but
Are
people
you allowed
like
to
it.
talk about it at all, or is it just something that's kind of in production?
It's just something in production right now. It's
Okay.
like pre um where I know people will like it. They'll dig it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's the first movie I've ever made about a couple. Never ever gotten into a couple before. I just never have, but I wrote a couple this time. So we'll see how that.
Sounds intriguing. Do you
Yeah,
prefer to
it's
make a
yeah.
particular type of film? Do you prefer to do kind of dark humor, horror, comedy? What is kind of in your realm?
I usually end up doing like writing dark comedies. That's usually how it works. As I naturally just it's natural. It just naturally always comes out that way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's,
Patrick, I'm taking up all the time, buddy. I'm sorry.
No,
What do
you guys are on a roll. You guys are totally on a roll. Go ahead. You guys are. I'm taking notes. You guys
Okay.
yeah.
He's the best at doing interviews. I learned from him.
I wouldn't
Did-
say that.
Did you watch?
Go ahead. I'm
Did
sorry.
you watch it too, Patrick? Did you watch Lefty Lucy?
I had not seen Lefty Lucy yet, and I still owe you one purchase. I have not forgotten about that. I have things that have come up, but I still, because I promised you last time we talked that I'll be raiding your store. Your store is still, because you are self-distributing still, right? Yeah, I heard you say
Yeah.
that. Spooky Empire. I mean, what was it like for you to work from the other side of the table? I mean,
It was not as fun. I mean, it was cool to see everybody, but I mean, it was work.
Yeah.
did they come ask you to? Did they come ask you to do it? I mean, what were some of your duties? I mean, were you? I'm sure you're working with the talent, right? I mean, because they're your peers. That would probably
Yeah.
make them. Yeah, that would make the. You know, if I would feel more comfortable with that, with of having you help me, than helping some volunteer help me, because you know what to expect. So they know what kind of professionalism you're bringing to the table.
Right.
It's I don't know. I mean, I think actually I really like that idea more and more. Um, I think sometimes do you feel people somehow like on the other side of the table? Do you think that people would be surprised about how much work it takes putting together the event? Because we always see it from the other side where it seems to be so glamorous, like the lights and the tables and everybody's all happy go lucky and everything's all set when they come in through the doors. Do you think that were you surprised to see how much work it took to put in to make it work?
Not really. I mean, I had done promotions and modeling and different things like that for before all this. So I had jobs like that where I was selling things at like conventions and different things like that. It was a lot like some of the stuff that I did. I mean, and it was mostly like promotional stuff. I am and I always ended up selling liquor for whatever reason. I don't even drink, but I just always selling whiskey or something. So it reminded me of that.
I've seen a couple of your pictures on your Facebook of some of your going outs to conventions and stuff, and it seems like you get a lot of attention, and a lot of people seem to surround themselves with you. So you must sell some things pretty well. So you might be pushing the liquor pretty well, So maybe you're pretty good at what you do,
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what they yeah. I mean, I try to be, and it works out. Yeah.
I got to be
And
honest with you though. I don't know how this happened, but you had gotten a hold of me and said that we ran into each other at a convention, and I've been to tons of conventions. 80% of them I remember, like 20% maybe I didn't, and I just went with it. I was like, yeah, I think I've met you before, and I can't remember which con it might have been at. Do you go to any of them in the Ohio area by any chance?
no, but somebody did suggest that I go to Ohio because I bumped into Chris Woods and Sean Donahue, and no, I've never gone to the Ohio.
Okay, because I go to Ohio. I've been to the Indianapolis cons. I've been to Kentucky to go to those Days of the Dead.
No, I've never been to them.
So there's a good chance that we just met each other probably recently.
Yeah, because
So
I've not been
you
to
know,
those.
it's okay though. It's okay. It's all good.
Uh,
So I have to say I'm very impressed with the budget too. I'm not going to put it out there for people to see, but I looked under IMDb, and I thought with what you were able to work with, it was very impressive. Did you have to do anything particular to manage that budget or anything like that?
um, no, I mean we just we just did it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we did, and I mean, because we just like doing it.
I just watched a movie with $100,000 production budget,
Okay.
$100,000, and I'm not going to talk crap about the movie or say what it was. I could pale in comparison what you did with I'm sorry, with the amount that you had versus $100,000. I'm thinking, man, it's crazy how films budgets can change a film, whether it's good or bad, you know. And
Yeah.
it's just amazing to me how what you can do with the budget. You know, some people even use $1,500 for budgets, so blows me away. You know, uh,
Right. But it depends on who you hire too, to
yeah,
your production staff or whatever.
yeah,
Like like the We Massacre guys, I mean, they were just all the heart. They were about they had a lot of heart. They really cared
yeah,
and were very detailed.
yeah.
So,
It seemed that way. It definitely seemed that way, and
yeah.
it didn't look like a shot on video film either. It looked, you know, it looked really, the camera angles were really nice too, and that was change of pace because sometimes depending on the camera that people use also can affect, in my opinion, shot on video films. Sometimes they can look really good, sometimes they can be really bad, you know. So
Hmm.
that's just an opinion.
Yeah.
uh, but so anyways, yeah, so that's what I have as far as that. So um, in terms of your other work that you've done, would you say that Lefty Lucy's been probably your favorite thing that you've done, or
No, I mean, I liked Lefty Lucy. There are my favorite things about it. But I mean, I would like each one in a different way, I guess. I like each
yeah,
thing that I've filmed in its own way. I
yeah,
mean, it's and every time I film something new, it's like my new favorite
yeah,
until
yeah,
I do something else, and then that'll become my favorite. But then, there you always have your um the I mean, I did like Lefty Lucy a lot, and I'm glad I got to bring all those actors into it. Like everybody in
yeah.
Tampa, that was an all-star cast. They're like all the actors in this area were in that movie. I
Do you
don't. Hmm?
go ahead? I'm sorry.
Oh no, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you prefer to do shorts or feature length films?
Features. I just If you're gonna do a short, you may as well do a feature. I mean, just unless that's all
I
unless
know
that
Patrick works with a lot of directors and they are actors and they do a lot of shorts, right, Pat? So it's kind of, do you get that same response, Patrick, when you talk to the people that you talk to? Do
Yeah,
they
about
prefer
short films.
shorts?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the filmmakers I've talked to so far, like they agree with me, like the fact that it's better to do shorts at first, do shorts first. That way, when you come in there, you get used to, you get used to working with the various departments on a much smaller scale, which means you get to work with them and getting skills and experience. A lot of times where somebody will like, there's sometimes people, I've noticed a lot of people sometimes when they get a lot of money, it's something like they've always wanted to do. They wanted to make a feature film. So because they have a budget, let's say they do have a budget, there's one movie I know or this one guy, he had a trust fund, he had a $200,000, so he decided that he was going to make a movie, and he spent $200,000 on it, and it came out like a piece of poop. To be honest with you, I mean, he had the money, but he had no skills or background. He was, even on his director's commentary, he let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. He's sitting there going like, we were rewriting as we went. Every night we were rewriting, and that's just no way to make a film. And I think short films allow you to gain that experience so that you're not really put in that corner. You don't have that kind of pressure on you. Yeah, there's room enough for improv, of course, but overall, though, I mean, as an actor, you're auditioning and you're accepting the role based on the script that you're given, not a fluid script, not like, okay, yeah, you just get down here and then we're just gonna wing the whole damn thing. I think most actors, unless you're paying them cash, unless they're going to pay big paycheck, if you go there and say, we're just going to make it up as we go, they're going to pass on that. They're not going to go down there and sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to do that because, yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Where in fact it really sounds like a bunch of shit. It's just an experience, and I think that filmmakers who make short films and gain that experience, it benefits them much longer when they do make that first feature. Yeah. I mean, that's my experience talking with the filmmakers I have. Sometimes you get lucky. I mean, there's some directors that can walk out there with the first time feature and literally get lucky. Maybe I can't remember any that I've reviewed where they just walked out there with no experience whatsoever and made a feature film. I don't know anybody who's done that. I think short films are absolutely critical. And if you were to teach, let's say you were going to teach a class in filmmaking. I mean, someone asked you, what do you think about this? Would it be fine if I did would you recommend me doing a feature film without a short? What would your answer be? How would you handle that? Is it a black and white question, or is it a fluid question?
I would say do piece by piece. If you're going to do something, just do little by little. Don't rush it either, because that can get messy, and it shows. It does show. Yeah,
indie short filmmaking, actually indie filmmaking as a whole. I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right, Kelly. It seems to be a lot of times you hear people say that they will come on a weekend to shoot it. They'll get 2 days to shoot it, then they have to wait because most people have 9 to 5 jobs. They just can't do a 15 to 25 day shoot like a lot of bigger productions can, and they have to do a little bit at a time. How hard is that to keep the continuity in a movie when you have to shoot like that, though?
Sometimes it could be difficult. Like, there was one movie that I did more recently, and during the course of the movie, I lost a lot of weight, but it was okay because it went along with the storyline because time had passed. So, you have to be careful with stuff like that too. But it depends on what's going on in your life or what the purpose was. I was doing a musical, so I just happened to work off a lot of weight at that time. Yeah. So, but different. There is a production that I had been working on for about. It's not my movie. It's somebody else's movie. We've not finished it, but it's been over 5 years, and all of us are. It's doing continuity for that. It's impossible. Like, they have to make it goofy and stupid in order for that to even work because people change and yeah. So
that's gotta be really hard. 5 years.
Yeah. Well, it's been more than that. I think it's almost been 7 years. I'm supposed to be I'm in the main one of the main characters in that movie. I'm an FBI agent. But yeah, I don't know if that'll ever get done. But then again you hear about these movies that took forever to film. I don't know how the continuity in that movie would work.
Yeah.
My movies, they don't take that long to film. They're usually, I don't know, 2 months at most to film, and then the rest is mainly in, the editing room.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I,
I work
I,
fast too.
I actually, the reason, it's funny because I actually did a review of a guy whose movie, it literally took him 5 years to make it. He was down in Florida. He made his movie. It took him 5 years to make it. It was, it was bizarre to watch because, you can definitely see subtle changes in the characters, when they first start the movie. And then you see them like they sometimes like, because, you don't shoot a movie in, he didn't shoot his movie directly, like from point A to point B. He filmed it out of order, and it was just sort of jarring to watch his film when you see his main character looking like 30 in one scene, and another character with a haircut, and then halfway through you see the same character, and all of a sudden it's like that character looks a little bit older, and the guy's haircut has changed, and he's got a little bit gray in it, and then you go back to where they're younger. I mean, it's just the continuity was really sort of, it was really weird. It's just got to be a labor of love to film that way, though. I mean, you're not going to give up on it. You already invested so much time in it.
That's the Anthony Michael Hall thing, where you go through puberty during the movie and you're like 6 foot tall after you start off at 5'6".
I love Anthony Michael Hall. I hung out with him for a weekend, and that guy is cool. He is fun, and he's very down to earth. Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, I have to say that's the most friendly celebrity I've ever met. But then again, they don't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to say something and add to that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, it's just you don't get a lot of time to usually talk to celebrities at those conventions. I bumped into Anthony Michael Hall outside of a convention, though. I wasn't in the convention. He was just happened to be at the pool. I was at the pool, and I didn't even realize who he was at first because, like you said, he matured. I didn't recognize him from when he was skinny and tall and things. And he looks like, actually looks like a man. But now he looks a lot older.
I ran into him at a convention at a bar, and he was just getting some drinks and chilling, and he was buying drinks for people and hanging out with people at the bar. He was there by himself, but like he was hanging out with all the fans and stuff. I know what you're talking about. That was at Spooky Empire. I think there's video of that where he was out there at the pool just chilling with people.
Yeah, I was with him, and he actually had us all go up to his hotel with him too. Like he had an after party.
With the kegger?
What?
Was you there when he bought that kegger? Was you with that group? He bought a huge kegger for a whole bunch of fans. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, and me and my friend Mikey, we had a ball with him. It was like, wow, this guy is cool. He just.
With that being said, have you seen Halloween Kills, and did you like it?
Yes, I did. I did see Halloween Kills. I liked it, but there was a few things. It was like, what? Come on, really? I mean, Michael Myers is 60 years old, and he just keeps on coming, and he doesn't stop. And it's like, how in the hell is this guy still just killing all these people, and nothing's stopping him?
You know what they say? They say evil never dies, right?
I thought evil died.
Yeah.
Evil dies tonight.
I know, but they also say evil never dies. Yeah,
Evil
I know what
never
you're
dies.
saying, but it never dies. I mean, Michael could be on for probably 5 more movies, probably, even though there's only supposed
Well,
to
I
be
think.
one more.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would think this last one would be the ultimate showdown because Jamie Lee Curtis, she's gonna come after him.
She
This
definitely
is
is.
she is yeah.
She's gonna be pissed.
Ghost
So
Rider
The
in the
ending.
house.
go ahead. What were you saying?
No, the ending. I was just like, oh hell no, no, please, oh no, no,
Yeah,
no. That sucked.
yeah. Were horror movies a big influence for you growing up? Was you a huge horror fan, or did you collect a lot of
No,
horror movies like all of us?
no, I didn't. Actually, I grew up in a household where horror movies were forbidden.
Ooh.
I grew up in a very Christian environment and a Christian community. We were not allowed to watch horror movies. It was a big no-no. It was actually it was I didn't start watching horror movies till I was like 18 and grown up out of that very Christian environment where all of them would say that this is evil and against God and all these things.
Yeah, yeah,
Did they have a problem with
yeah.
you watching movies in general or just horror?
It was just horror. I mean, and it was also cartoons, certain cartoons, anything with like witches and stuff, they would flip out about. My mom took certain toys from us when we were kids. Then she gave it back to us when she saw how upset we were that she was taking away our dolls. It's like, why are you taking away our dolls? What did they
Yeah.
do? And then we
Right.
didn't celebrate Halloween certain
What?
times. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It was a
hell no.
really Yeah, this was in Oklahoma. There's a community in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's very, very, very religious, and they don't do any of that. And it's it's. I wouldn't raise my kids like that if I had any, but yeah. So I got to catch up on all of it when I grew up, and I had ex-boyfriends show me a lot of horror stuff too, like
Yeah,
Alien.
yep.
You said
That's
teach
that's
me.
So
that definitely does happen. Go ahead,
yeah.
Bones.
Huh? I just said she was like, teach me. Show me the good movies.
Yep. Teach me the
Yeah,
ways of the horror movies.
right. Yeah. But
So
the
I'm
first
going
one,
to extend the questions to the chat as well. If you guys want to ask a question, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue. I apologize.
well, no, I was going to say the first horror movie I ever saw was that movie, The It, and it was like a made for television movie. That
Yeah,
was scary.
Stephen
That
King's It.
was,
yeah.
yeah, Stephen King's It. The
Yeah, with
first
Tim
time I
Curry.
saw a horror movie.
So you stayed away from sewer drains and stuff for a while?
From what?
Sewer drains and stuff and clowns?
I never liked clowns to begin with. I never liked clowns.
Really?
No, when I was a kid, there was a bunch of clowns that messed with me at the circus, and I just never liked them after that. Just, I mean, there's no circuses anymore with clowns, but back in the day there was.
Yeah.
So,
It used to be you could hire a clown for like a birthday party and stuff. I don't know if you can do that anymore.
I don't know if they do that anymore. I know they do superheroes and they do like Disney princesses, but I don't know if they do clowns.
That's interesting. So did they just terrify you, or were they just annoying, or?
I found them creepy and I thought they were up to no good. It was just weird. I thought they were weird. It's like,
I hear that. I hear that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like Santa Claus either.
What?
Wow.
No,
Claus either.
I never believed in Santa ever. Never.
Some parents, they don't teach it now. Still, you know. Some do,
Really?
some don't. Yeah, some just say he's just a myth, but everybody knows that Santa Claus is real. Like, I don't understand why people think he isn't. You know?
Mhm.
Well, he wasn't he it was a real man that it was based on, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, Chris Kingle.
yeah, Chris Kringle. It was a guy
According
that
to
they
Ernest Saves Christmas, his name is Santos.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I remember watching Santa Claus movies.
So, do you have a certain feeling about the Halloween holiday now? Do you celebrate it now, or?
Oh, I love Halloween. I celebrate. I really go out for Halloween. It's like my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been known to like it a little bit myself.
really, yeah. You usually
A
work
little
it,
bit.
but
I
I
got a
didn't
habit of
work it
keeping
this year.
these kind of decorations all year round.
Yeah. What do we do? What do we do this past October, Hobbs?
We had the Spooktacular here on the show. We did a Rocky Horror Picture Show watch along. Are you a
Oh,
Rocky
okay,
Horror
cool.
fan?
I mean, I like the movie, but I'm not like one of those people that does the shadow casting a lot all over the place. I know a lot of people who do, but I mean, I think that what is that? That's the Haraki horror. They sing along to the movie and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You throw rice and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a few of them, but I haven't. I mean, I enjoy it. It was fun, but
Yeah.
they're so. I mean, I like the
Yeah.
movie. I like the songs are pretty good in it too.
We
But
celebrate Halloween like year round in the horror community primarily, but when October hits on this channel, the whole month of October we do Halloween streams where we dress up and shit.
yeah,
So Patrick was a scarecrow, or he tried to be a scarecrow.
Yeah. Not a very good scarecrow. I was a pumpkin. I was a pumpkin.
Yeah, I think he's going to show you.
Yeah. Let me show you.
okay.
I was a pumpkin.
He's going to show you his pumpkin.
Yeah.
The Scarecrow, do you mean when I thought he was being Jason from Part 2?
It's true. That's it, Bones.
Pumpkinhead.
Bubba didn't do it.
That looks like you have a giant condom on your head.
Most of the time during the stream, he pulled it up and
I
it looked like a
don't know.
do-rag.
It's just so wrong. What is that?
Spectacular.
It is kind of creepy.
It
It is
is.
a creepy looking thing. It really is. It doesn't. Yeah. Doesn't look like
Shows
it's
how
easy
you
to
wear it
see
as a
out of.
do-rag.
I got a question for you, because especially after we talked the first time, I have to say one thing that really impressed me about you, Kelly. You have a really, really soft heart.
Oh, well,
You're really soft-hearted. I read your Instagram posts all the time, and you have a very big heart. You have a very and I have to sit there and say there's been several times where some of the things you put up there, they're so touching. I just made me. I mean, just made me. Yeah, I was just.
oh,
Yeah, no, thank you. I just think it's you know, a lot of things you post up, I totally agree with. You know how people treat each other, and and the things of the affairs of the heart. I mean, you put out a
yeah.
lot of you put out a lot of deep shit. A lot of deep thoughts behind that. And it's just like there's half of me that wants to sit there and say, all right, I want to meet the son of a bitch who's put her in this mood. I do. I'd like to have I'd like to have 10 minutes with this guy, because obviously someone has done something not right, and then the other half is like, well, maybe she's just out there looking, maybe she hasn't met her soulmate, and this is how she feels about it. And I just think it's very sweet, and that's what really impressed me. I just think you're a very kind person. When we in person, I'm sure that you're a very kind person, and you know, and you're very gentle and you have a big heart. And I take a lot of inspiration about a lot of what your Instagram posts are. I think they're very beautiful. And if it is a guy who has broken your heart in the past, have Cheetah will view. That's just not a slogan. That's a life. We'll come down there for you.
I've seen you put out something saying that some things are better left unsaid on your most recent Facebook post. That's very true.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah. I mean, I used to believe that a little more. Now I really don't as much. I don't know.
Do you believe in? I mean, do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe in falling in love with that one person? I mean, is that?
I don't know if I necessarily believe in a soulmate. I mean, there's lots of people in this world. Why would you have this one person out of all these people that, I mean, I don't know if that's really true or not. I mean, I guess maybe for some people, maybe if you believe in it, maybe that happens. I don't know. I mean, it's depends on where you live too. I mean, if you live out in the boonies, you may not ever meet the special person because there's nobody to pick from.
Well, you live in Florida. I mean, you live in a very there's a lot of people there. You're definitely not out in the boondocks. I mean, you're surrounded by people, and I just want to know how does that do you find your personal life and on that level, does it ever come through in some of your acting? Do you ever take yourself to some of those places, and do you ever use it in your acting?
I really try to separate my the real life from the acting stuff. I don't I try not to mix those two because in order to come across the best, you don't want to go into that. Like if you had a bad day and you have to be happy on stage or whatever, that's what you are. Yeah, but yeah. So I separate. That's one thing I learned from Goldie Hawn. She came to my college when I went to college, and she had this whole inspirational thing. And one thing Goldie Hawn said is always separate your work from your personal stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's huge.
That's
very huge.
Yeah, so I always followed that. But I do put up the Instagram posts, and people seem to enjoy those memes. I was going to stop putting them up, and then people just got into them so much, I just kept on putting them up.
No, because I don't see them they're not random or light. They're not just things you saw and throw up there. You could tell there's a lot of thought behind it. There's a lot of emotion behind it too. I mean, and I guess that's what appeals to people. That's the reason why people react to them, because we know that they're coming from you. They're not just, oh, this is really cute, I'll just throw this up for my followers. There's a lot of it's really from how you feel and in your heart, and it comes across. Now, I'm not on your Facebook page, so I can't speak to that, but I am on your Instagram, and I can, and they're lovely. I mean, and they're I mean, it makes me have. Yeah, it's amazing. I just wanted to think that I wanted to touch about when, after when Hobbs said that you were going to come back. I said I'm going to do something I normally don't do. I normally never ask a question like that, a personal question, but it's really moved me so much that I sort of had to go there. I had to ask because it has it's like I said, it's very thoughtful. It has a lot of heart behind it. So thank you for allowing me to ask you about it.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. It's really not about one particular person, though, those things. It's just kind of a generalization of how people should be treating others, They should, but they don't. So.
these days it's like things have changed, and you have to kind of watch who you associate with, you know. And it is nice to see people that have a good attitude about things because, one minute somebody could be close to you, and the next minute they could be stabbing you in the back. So, it's hard to meet good people, you
It's
know.
true.
Uh,
It's true. And then sometimes people just drift apart, and that's just it. You are friends, good friends, and then all of a sudden, somebody moves, you move away or something happens, and it's it, you know? It's just the
so,
way it is.
what would you recommend somebody wanting to? Because there's a lot of people in the community that we have here that are trying to break in the business, from a very small level all the way up. What would you recommend somebody starting out that maybe want to be a director, or maybe wants to do a movie or be an actor, even for that matter, or be a writer or anything like that? Where would you recommend they get their foot in the door to start something like that?
I would suggest classes, like any type of acting, and even if you're experienced, taking classes is always helpful. It doesn't matter, and through your teacher you could get hookups and stuff like that, and then you learn other things from other students around you, and then it can grow from there. That's what I did. I mean, I just and then I mean that's just how these things start and they evolve. You just meet people through people, but it's also important to sharpen your skills too. So that's the first thing I would suggest. And then try to join all the casting groups in your area or whatever. um agents really don't do shit. I mean, I've gotten agents. I mean, I guess it depends, but all the agents I've gotten, they really didn't do much. I did most of the work that
Yeah,
the agents
I've
were
heard that.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. It really, but then again, you might need, I don't know. It depends on the city too. Um
Yeah.
and then I was told it's SAG. I'm not SAG. Um I guess it depends on the city if you want to become SAG or you should or shouldn't.
Yeah.
Florida, they advise you not to be SAG. So I guess it
For
has to do
those of
with
you
union
in
or
the chat, that's the Screen Actors Guild, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you go to New York or California, you have to do it. It's a must. But here, it's a lower scale. I mean, or you're mostly dealing with commercials and stuff like that. So
I've
if
heard that I have a friend that's an actor, like it's inspiring actor, and I've heard that improv is really good to learn your craft. Did you ever do any type
yeah,
of improv?
yes, a lot.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of that, and yeah, it's very, very. I mean, it's very freeing to do improv, and it can be fun. You just come up with whatever on the spot. It's fun. It's like whose
Definitely.
line is it anyway?
It's one of my
That
favorite
show.
shows of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Um, y- yeah. I mean, I did that a lot of that on that's live acting though. I did more that's like stage work that I've done.
Yeah,
Um
yeah. I've seen a couple of Patrick's interviews where he's talked to actors and actresses that they'll take any type of work regardless. Are you in that realm, or is there certain roles that you may turn down depending on what it is, or is work work?
I'll do anything. I don't I've never been one to say, I've always been, whatever helps the movie or sells it, whatever they tell me to do. However, I'm going to back up. There was one movie where the director wanted me to sit in a lake with alligators in it naked. And I told him that I wasn't going to sit in a lake with alligators in it while I was naked because it just, well, there's just, no, I'm not. No, the alligator thing, no.
Were they baby gators? Were they big gators?
They were big gators. Big gators.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Maybe confused you with Steve-O, you know, from Jackass.
Sure.
I just didn't want to get eaten by gators.
I mean, yeah, so your area's got like Burmese pythons and shit, and like gators, and like fucking velociraptors where you're at and stuff. And I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, are you gonna let me at least wear some type of clothes in case something happens? Not that that will help. If a gator gets you, they're gonna get you. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. You know.
What would be really bad is if they made you sign a waiver beforehand.
Oh yeah.
That's when you'd be like, no, forget it, dude. Not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that was the only time I backed away. I'm like,
No. It makes complete sense. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So does anybody in the chat have any questions? Well, I'm gonna Patrick. I think Patrick's about to ask a question. I'm sorry. Anybody in the chat, if you have questions for Kelly, let's bring them in. Go ahead, Pat. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
You ever worked on any unsafe sets, Kelly? Any sets that made you feel really uncomfortable?
A set that made me feel uncomfortable. No, not really. I mean, I've never most sets I've been lucky in that. I've never had anything really odd happen, or I mean, things are typically pretty safe, and people check things. What are you're referring to, like what happened with Alec Baldwin and all that?
Yeah.
Like I've never, I mean, that was whoever, I mean, you always check your stuff. You don't just, whatever happened there, that was bad. But I've never experienced anything like that where you would, you know, that was, I mean,
I have to agree with Augie, dude. She said that why are we even have guns with bullets in them now? We're in a time when we can't use props that don't have to have actual ammo in it, like, you know.
Well, I don't know why he had to have been shooting right at the camera because he shot the camera person right there. So he had to that they had to have been doing it like that. And then the person right next to him, the director or whatever, the next to the girl, that she got wounded. But I feel bad for Alec Baldwin because I very much doubt he, thought that was going to happen. He just was doing what he was told to do.
Yeah, I do too.
You know, but I mean, I've never experienced anything like that. No, where it was unsafe or unpleasant. Usually, my acting experiences are pretty good. It wasn't anything weird.
The vehicle that you used in Lefty Lucy, was it yours?
Yes. Yes, it was mine, and it's no longer, I don't have it anymore, but it was mine.
And I was just that so big guy, with that movie. I loved it. I was just the
curious. Big guy at the big guy at the end, the guy, one of the last passengers, he was 7 foot, and he couldn't fit in the car. Like the gas guy. He could not, he was so tall he couldn't get in there, so we had to fake it.
I just love the concept. You're driving around in Uber and you're meeting people with different stages of life doing different things, and you're filming it, and you just never know what the fuck is going to happen. I just love that concept. That is so cool. You know?
It was a lot of fun.
A slasher film of like a delivery driver that like he delivers food, but he kills people. Wouldn't that sell, you think?
I think so, yeah. If you did that, I thought about something like that too, or a delivery driver that just comes along and because I've done deliveries too, and when you go to people's doors, you don't really know what they're gonna do either. I mean, I delivered something one time, and the guy opened up the door. He was completely buck naked. He just not
Yeah.
care.
Was it that same actor that you worked with before? Or was it him again?
No, no. This was a guy with no. He was doing some sort of drag thing. I I didn't ask questions. I just gave him the stuff and laughed.
I had a similar incident, but I wasn't going to ask the guy why he was wearing Spanx, like women's Spanx. I was just like, dude, maybe that's what he likes to wear, you know? I've never had anything too crazy happen to me. I've been
Yeah, I
invited
mean,
in a couple times by some people, but I declined, you know?
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I've had that happen too, where would you want to come up? Want to have sex or whatever? And it's like, no, it's okay.
just casual like that? Like, just casual? Like, you want to bump uglies? Like, just come
No,
in
it's
and get
just
your tip.
it's a random thing that people ask.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
It's like, no, it's all right. You're not my type, but thanks.
Exactly. It's nuts, you know? To think that people have an ulterior motive when all you're trying to do is deliver their Big Mac or some shit, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe they have a different version of a Big Mac, Pops.
It's true. That's true. A different type of all beef patty,
Maybe they
right?
ordered the Big Mac, but they really wanted the Whopper.
Hey,
Yeah.
I understand it, man. Some people want extra cheese, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So what are you working on now as far as what do you want us to kind of promote a little bit for you in terms of what you got? You got your store, right? So
Yes, I have the online store, the KT
and
Cult Movies store that's online. That has all the movies. And we are gonna start shooting in the spring this new movie that we're filming.
is Lefty Lucy on Blu-ray?
Yes, there's not actually I ran out of Blu-rays at the convention, so no. There's no more Blu-rays because I ran out of them. So I would have to get some made. I can
Okay.
get them made. But yeah, they sold out at everybody wanted Blu-rays. Everybody liked that movie so much. I sold out of them actually.
It really
So
is. I
they
mean, it really is something to watch. And I'm gonna. All right. So here's the thing. So I don't know how sensitive some people are, but I did put the link to the movie in the chat, our personal chat that we had. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should let them know about the opening scene first, and then
or maybe
you
not.
know,
Somebody asked me if that
yeah,
was a porn.
yeah.
I was like, no.
And I was like, I don't want them to think some type of way about me, but I mean, I loved it. But like, I was like, you know what? I put it in the chat, and I was like, damn, let's just buy the movie. But like, I don't want them to think that the first 10 minutes I'm sending them some type of a snuff film or something, you know. But it really is a good movie. It really is really fun, entertaining, and hilarious too. You know, just
I
well
had a
acted.
lot of I had a lot of fun writing some of those writing those scenarios and that beginning scene. I mean, when that first came out and the crew looked at that and read it, they're just laughing. They're like, "Mike,
It was
what?"
great.
It was like they're
Absolutely
like, "What?"
terrific. See, we a lot of the community. I don't want to speak for everybody because some people don't like Wild Eye releasing or certain types of independent films. Um, a lot of us like all different types of stuff, you know, horror.
Yeah,
It could be, schlock. People like schlock. So to me, I was just right down my alley. I mean, just the concept alone had me reeled in. And yeah, how long did it take for you to think of individual scenes in terms of the comedical parts? Did you write down the lines and stuff, and then it's like I'm going to add it to this particular scene, or how did you even come up with certain? How did you piece it all together, basically?
Well, I just wrote it section by section. And then once I wrote all the sections, then I let We Massacres guys look at it. It needed some editing, so I had Mike edit it for me, and then he threw in a few things. I don't cuss a lot in real life, so saying fuck a lot in the movie was a little uncomfortable for me. And that is the only thing that we really didn't see eye to eye on, was just because I really don't swear that much.
Yeah.
I just don't. So it was weird doing that. Yeah, saying that so many times. It's weird, but I just never got into swearing much.
But you were also working, so maybe you felt because you were working at the time that maybe you just kind of felt like you had to, you know?
Maybe so. So everybody has to say it once in a while.
Yeah. So
So
you've got the store. What else? What else are you? What else should we be looking forward to down the pike?
Well, an old movie of mine, one of the first ones I ever made, is being shown at the Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival in December. It's just one of the first ones I ever made. It was like 8 years ago I made this movie, and it was
What's it? Which is the Talisman?
It's A2,
Okay.
The Anomaly. It's the sequel to Witch's Talisman, because Witch's Talisman was so weird and people didn't quite understand it all, so I made the second one to explain it.
Yeah. We like weird stuff. We really do. I mean, you should see some of the stuff that we review. Honestly, there's nothing surprises us.
I have another question.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I've gotten good reviews and bad reviews, and I've read them all. And a lot of the times I'll give myself a pat on the back, or I'll just laugh when somebody says something that I already know. Because if a critic says something, I probably already know about it.
Yeah.
You're pretty much your own worst critic.
It's true. Go ahead, Pat. What were you saying, buddy?
Slightly off topic. I was just curious, but what did you give Ghost for her birthday?
I gave her some tuna.
That's awesome.
Patrick had to have some tuna recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he always gets tuna sandwiches and stuff, don't you, Pat?
Yeah, I hadn't had any for a while. Yeah, I haven't been down there. They're expensive now. Go down a Subway. They want like $10 for a foot-long tuna. That's a little expensive.
It's like $12. Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
To do anything.
Yeah, I just make my own tuna now.
Okay.
So anything else? I think last time we talked about, you were thinking about putting Ghost on a coffee mug. Any plans on that?
I haven't done that. I haven't I just haven't had I haven't done it. I guess I could, but
Does some of this stuff surprise you that we're this interested in, like, a lot of the stuff that you do? Like, is it odd that you get a lot of compliments on your blogs and things, and like coming from an outsider's perspective that you've never really met us in person? Is it strange to you?
No, not really.
Okay.
I guess I'm just so used to it. I mean, I've been getting that kind of. It's not weird. It's. I mean, I enjoy it, and I like talking to people, and it's nice that people like what you're doing, and they it's good to that because sometimes you feel you're just doing all the work, and it feels like nobody sees you, or nobody you do all this work, and it's like it's so hard to get out there to movies for them to get seen. So when people actually comment and they, you're like, oh yeah, people are actually watching these things. Okay, cool. All right, that means that we're doing our jobs,
Yeah.
because
There's
that's
a
like
taste out there for everything, So
well, yeah, there's an audience for everything, and
yep.
yeah. So
There are movies that I think are absolutely horrendous that people love, and there's other movies that people love that I just can't seem to get into. So it's just everybody's got their own style,
What are some of your
yeah,
examples there, Hobbs?
What's that?
What are some of the examples?
Of ones that I don't like that other people like?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this. I'm not the biggest fan of The Thing. I like
Can I
it,
be
but
honest
I'm
with
not
you?
like
Can I be honest with you, Hobbs? I
Yeah.
like it, but I'm not. But I'm like it, but I'm with you. It's all right. It's all right, but I don't think it's like
The
I think
Thing.
Perhaps never watched it.
I've never seen it.
the John
Never
Carpenter
seen The
film.
No, I've never seen The Thing. What is it?
It's a sci-fi creature feature. Alien comes down and into an Arctic base, and it basically assimilates people. And
Okay.
it comes in the horrendous creatures. It's weird looking. It's weird looking, and it's very suspenseful. It's like the only way you could tell if it's not them if it's like they have aversion to metal, so they can't. If you have earrings on, they can't duplicate certain
Yes,
things.
Tim, that's the version.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
like the original Fly better than the remake. There's where
I didn't know
my
they
view
did a
count goes down
remake.
now.
With
They
Jeff
did a
Goldblum.
remake of The Fly?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum did it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought the original was the Jeff Goldblum one. I didn't know that there was a okay.
We followed you. We know what you were saying. We didn't know that you thought there was another one after that one. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's three Fly movies. No, actually I take it back. There's four. I think there's four because I think there's the Fly, Return of the Fly, then the Fly remake, and then the Fly 2. But they're all good. But yeah, the first Fly is that's a creepy movie. That's a disturbing movie actually. Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors. I like the original better than the other one.
Interesting.
Did you like those, Kelly? The Little Shop. You said you're a musical fan, right?
Yeah, I liked the Little Shop of Horrors, but I've never seen the more newer one. I've only seen the old one. So
Are you talking about the Rick Moranis one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a one prior to that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
I like it was just I mean I like them both. I love them both. But I liked the original versus that one. I felt like it was a little more darker, a little darker.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the other ones. I only seen the Rick Moranis one, and I haven't seen it in a very long time, actually. That's it. That may be one to watch.
Yeah.
See, I'm with you, Hobbs. There are some movies that people like. A lot of people they really, really like that I don't like. I personally can't stand Ghostbusters 2. I think that movie just blows chow. I like the first one a lot, but I hated the second one.
I liked it.
I know. I have a hard time with that because you didn't like the statue.
Bill Murray was so obnoxious.
You didn't like the statue?
Bill Murray just was so obnoxious in that movie. He was just he was so overbearing and so unlikable. It was just like no. You wanted him to get squashed many, many times.
It's just one of those movies that
it's a
I can't say that I don't like. Yeah, I love Ghostbusters 2.
I like the first one. I don't know how they're doing this new one though, Afterlife. The early previews sort of had it more like a comedy drama, and now lately it just seems now they're playing it up like slapsticky. and it's like it's confusing. You don't know what to believe. Is it a slapstick, like Ghostbusters 3, or is it just a little bit more of a serious take on the movie?
I don't.
I was hoping it'd be a little bit more serious, but I don't know.
I
The
don't know.
the previews are really confusing.
I hope it's better than the other Ghostbusters with the girls. That was disappointing. I mean, I love those girls. They're great actresses, but God Almighty. I
Yeah.
mean, it just sucks too. It could have been so good, and I mean, I give them props for what they worked with, but man, it just
They have a video game that the Ghostbusters video game that I played, and back when I was in video games, it wasn't too old, but it was a very dark version of Ghostbusters. I was kind of hoping they would go into that realm with Afterlife, because I think
That would be
Ghostbusters
cool.
you can get darker with it if you want to.
Oh,
Darker,
definitely.
Right. Yeah, you could. I mean, there could be. They had a cartoon at one point, I think, with the Ghostbusters. I think they had, if I remember, they did. Well, they had a whole bunch of stuff with the Ghostbusters, or they had the toys, all of that. That was a huge franchise.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
I had all the toys growing up.
Yeah,
think
I think I watched the cartoon. I just don't really remember it. But I believe it probably was around when I was little.
It was called The Real Ghostbusters, I think. And
Do what?
I think it was called The Real Ghostbusters was the name of the cartoon.
Yeah, because they had
Okay.
other Ghostbuster cartoons come out like the same thing, after the popularity of the movie. So
Oh, he's got it.
do you think Ghost would be good? Do you think Ghost would be a good Ghostbuster?
I don't know. I mean, she was a good actor. I had her in Six Strings, and she did fine there. She's actually really good.
Really
She was
good.
right on point. She knew what to do. I had her.
Are you a collector? Are you a collector of films? Like, do you collect? We're all obsessed with collecting. Do you collect movies?
I was curious about that.
No, but I do collect comic books.
Okay.
So
We do a lot of
I
that too
never
in this
really,
community too.
yeah, I collect comic books. So,
Yeah. All right, guys,
yeah,
jump in with the comic question. She's a comic book collector.
Who's your favorite Marvel character?
Spider-Man.
Nice.
Yeah, I always liked Spider-Man ever since I was a kid. But I think they overdid it with the superheroes. They really have, it's too much.
Do you think the CGI is too much in those movies?
I wish they wouldn't use so much CGI because then they fuck it up.
Yeah.
See,
I like the older Adam West Batman a lot. I loved that movie, and I liked the first Batman, and I still like the other ones, but for some reason, I love practical effects versus CGI. Some people love CGI, It's just not me.
I always liked the, I don't know if you ever saw that movie, movies like The Never-Ending Story. That was like one of my favorite movies to watch when I was a little kid. It was all about the Never-Ending Story. And they didn't have CGI really. Those were puppets. I think that's how they did it, right? It's puppets. And they just made the set.
I would have to go with that. Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah. And that was very well done. It was ahead of its time. Flying
To watch
dogs.
Stranger Things, do you?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Bones?
Stranger Things?
Yeah, I watched
Stranger
it.
Things?
Season 3, they have this cool scene where Dustin and his girlfriend sing the Never Ending Story theme. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Oh yeah, at the end they do the
Yeah.
da da da. So yeah, they
It was
sing the
funny.
da da da. Never ending. I don't know how it goes. Do 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 do. It's just so stupid. I never got into the
Susie
song
Q
at the
and
very.
Dusty Buns, I think they called each other.
Yeah, actually, the Neverending Story. One of the songs from the Neverending Story is my ringtone on my phone.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah. My sisters they still make fun of me a little bit because of that. Because I just like that movie so much. I tried to get my sister to name her dog after the
Luck Dragon.
no,
Falcor?
not the childlike empress, because
Oh,
she gave her dog the stupid name Princess, and everybody names their dog Princess.
right.
I
Or
mean,
Bella.
yeah, it's like name her something cool, not Princess. But
Too common.
no, she went, huh?
That's too common, to name princess. I agree with you. That's something different.
Yeah, everybody names their dogs Princess. It's ridiculous how many princesses there are.
Do you know the movie Willow?
Oh, Willow was a great movie.
Yeah, there's this funny new show on Netflix called Reservation Dogs, and one of the kids' name is Laura Dannon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're Indian kids, and one of the girls' names is Laura Dannon.
Oh.
It's one of the characters from Willow. Kitty cat.
I thought Willow was fantastic. I loved Willow.
I loved that movie. My God, it was so good. Mad Martisus. Yeah.
Mad Mardigan.
Mad Mardigan.
Mad
Yeah,
Mardigan?
Mad Mardigan. I mean, and Val Kilmer was hot back then.
Willow Offgood and Mad
Was.
Mardigan?
There's I think it's on Amazon Prime. There's a sad documentary on him.
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, he did his own. Yeah, he did his own. He filmed himself.
And his son narrates for him. It sounds just like him.
Doesn't he have like?
You have in your collection?
He has throat cancer, some kind of throat cancer.
I don't know. I don't know. I lost quite a few, so I mean, I'd have to say just a couple hundred, not very many. I mean, I've moved a lot and stuff like that, so I've lost some during, and
What were you saying, Mr.
So-
Bones? You were talking about something. I talked about comics, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think she was talking about something wrong with Val. I think he has throat cancer, so he can't talk very well. So his son narrates
yeah,
for
he's
him on
got
a
like some
documentary.
sort of. Isn't he like sick or something, Val Kilmer?
Yeah, he has
he had
throat
cancer.
cancer, and he has to do that thing where you have to touch your throat to talk.
Yeah,
So
it's
his
like
son
right here.
narrates for him. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
I'm going to throw it in the chat. Your top 3 movies, everybody choose. You got Real Genius, you've got Top Gun, or you've got Willow. Everybody pick your top 1.
Tombstone. I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, Thunderheart.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was a good movie too. Underrated.
Like Real Genius.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that one actually.
Yeah.
You never seen Real Genius, Bones?
Uh-uh.
Oh, man.
I should have. It looks good, but I haven't never watched it.
I got to get you a copy of that sent out to you. That's a good movie, man.
I've never seen Real Genius.
It's I'm kind of an 80s nut. I love all 80s comedies and 80s, anything 80s.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
should have seen that, but I haven't.
80s kids.
I'll have to review that one. So I don't know how much time you had planned for this, but we generally go about 90 minutes. I don't know if you wanted to stick around a little bit longer. I don't know, you might have a big schedule or something you have to do. I don't know what's your schedule looking like? How long would you be able to stay on with us? We're thinking about going
a little longer. Yeah.
Okay. You
I just.
can hang out. You can hang out with us, but we want one picture of Ghost.
Oh, she's
Okay.
Just take a
here.
screenshot.
Oh,
There she is. Just take a screenshot.
There she
Yeah.
is.
yeah, I see her nose.
No,
Oh, hi, Ghost.
She
Aw.
likes to sit on my stomach.
Yeah, because you're warm.
and my lap. But
Mm.
my feet are up on thing right now, so she's yeah.
He's so sweet. He's such a sweet cat.
This is
Hi,
like the
I'll be
Ghost.
right,
most.
I'll be
She
right
is the
back, guys.
sweetest cat I've ever had. I don't think I just never seen a sweet cat like this. Most cats are kind of assholes. She's not an asshole.
I'm lucky. For a cheetah, he's really warm-hearted too. He's Ghost is so pretty.
Yeah, she's. When she was a kitten, she looked kind of funny though. She looked like a rat. I mean, she looked really funny, and I thought she was going to be ugly when she grew up, and she wasn't.
I've never met an ugly cat.
I have. I've seen some orange ones that were pretty gross looking.
Well, I hope not, because I have an orange cat.
It depends on the orange cat, but
Well, he is a cheetah, so that does help. Hi, Ghost. The last time you were
yeah,
here, the last time you were
she
here, and
looked.
she was yeah, yes.
She looked.
Did she? Hi, Ghost.
She doesn't. She's.
She's got to run because it's Patrick.
Well, Ghost remembers me from last time, because last interview, Ghost was sitting right behind Kelly's head for the whole interview. She was curled up behind him for the whole interview. It was just like, it's hard to do an interview because you get on looking at Ghost just sleeping away, stealing scene as they call it.
Yeah, she's always like that. If there's a camera, she'll jump in there. She just after a while she'll jump in the camera.
Yeah,
Are you a fan of Disney movies and stuff? Like, do you want to see the new Big Red Dog that's coming out, the Clifford movie? Or
there's a new Clifford movie, really?
Yeah, he's like the size of like a mansion.
Yeah, he's like a
huge. Here, she watched it.
Yeah, it's like a big dog. The Clifford the dog. It's like a big red dog thing.
There's a new one out. Yeah, I believe it's on.
Oh.
Popcorn, are you in the chat? Is it on Netflix?
I don't know, but Jen went and watched it in theaters, I think. Too bad she ain't here to tell her about it. I think Katie said she went to bed. She wasn't feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies? Shout out to the Super Slash Brothers.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Brad, Jason, Dave, and Joe, Super Slash Bros.
Oh, cool.
The reason I say that is we have a lot of people also that are avid Disney fans in the community too. You know, they may like horror, but they also like animation. Do you like anime?
I never got into anime, but I'm a Disney freak. I've always been a Disney freak. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be an animator, and I tried to learn everything I possibly could about animation, and then ended up not going that way. You know, not wanting to do that. But I draw.
You wanted to be a princess.
No, I never wanted to be a princess. I always wanted to be a villain. I didn't want to be a princess. I wanted to be a villain.
Yes, Joe, that's the Horror Man as well. Horrific Nightmares JM and Bronco Juggalo, the Super Slash Brothers.
Mm-hmm. We got half the bros in.
One of them's off making movies. Dave's off making movies.
Yeah, Dave's off making a movie. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a director. He filmed a movie called Groundhog.
Hey, Hans, I bet you wouldn't think I'd have a Disney collection.
Do you have a Disney?
Cool.
I have Disney.
Mine's right here next to me.
The Jungle Book.
Bambi.
Wow.
Bambi. Oh, Bambi.
Bambi 2.
Wow.
There's a Bambi 2?
Yeah. Dumbo.
Brad, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I love Dumbo.
Bones, I didn't know you collected all those, man. I'm surprised by that. Not surprised, but I didn't know you collected those.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the Narnias are good.
Bed knobs and broomsticks.
Yeah, I just watched that recently.
Snow White.
Snow White, yes.
Cars.
There's Katie. Katie saying there's some great Disney movies. Yeah. Yep, I picked up Snow White too, not that long ago.
Incredibles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, The Incredibles, yeah.
Yeah, Incredible. I missed out on Incredibles 2 though. They weren't allowed to sell it when I wanted to get it at the Family Video. They were closing the store. I went to buy a copy of it, and they couldn't sell it to me.
Good mansion. Yeah, there's very few video stores around anymore. I don't think they really exist much.
No, very. Now our chain went vanished about how long has it been, Hobbs, since Family Video went gone?
Probably about 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
That's
proud
Tim
of his
Burton.
collection. He loves it. He loves his stuff.
It's Tim Burton. I love Tim Burton. I really do.
He collects some of the most extreme horror you can get. Then he has his Disney collection. That's what we do.
Pete's Dragon, really? I remember that.
Frank and Weenie.
Oh yeah, Frank. Yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah, that was.
Last two here is Lone Ranger and Heavyweights.
Yeah, I picked up the Corpse. I picked up the Corpse Bride, and I picked up a copy of Sleepy Hollow last week at my library. The fact that the Sleepy Hollow was factory sealed, and got for $1.
That was a good movie, Sleepy Hollow.
That's my that's my favorite Tim Burton movie. Of all the ones he's done, I love that movie so much.
I'm going to reposition the camera. I'll be right with you guys.
Okay.
I would have to.
Katie does not like the Haunted Mansion. She says it sucks.
Favorite Ghostbusters?
Oh, that's good. Yeah. The first one?
Ghostbusters.
No, I liked Edward Scissorhand as far as Tim Burton. That's one of my favorites, I'd have to say. But it is a little screwed up. She leaves him in the freaking house at the end there.
I've got that somewhere. I just don't know where it's at.
Yeah, I was like, that it was filmed not far from where I live, actually. I only lived 10 minutes from where that was filmed. They made a museum out of it. You could go and look in the Edward Scissorhand house, I guess. I don't know why I never went, because it's right up the road. But
well, there you go. Still do it? Like, is it still where you're at? Like, or is that at a different area? Wow.
No, it's in the same town that where Edward Scissorhand was made. The neighborhood is up the road from me. I think that's like the only claim to I don't know if anything else has been filmed here or not, but they sure do make a big deal out of the Edward Scissorhand thing.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd live on the lawn. I love that movie.
It's a good movie. I wish that he would have gotten out of the house at the end and not stayed up there. It's kind of weird. And she's telling her granddaughter this story before she goes to bed. It's weird. It's a horrible story, actually. It's sad and scary.
I just seen Brad said his Walmart's burning down. I hope he's not like me and that's the only story he has, because that's all I have is a Walmart.
No,
I hope not either. That's
the news is on the way to get some footage.
Right.
So, you just want to go on to like 45 after, or do you? We're trying to go 8 hours tonight. We thought maybe you'd like to stay on the whole 8 hours with us.
8 hours?
We're just kidding.
Yeah, we're
You're
trying.
trying to tie
Yeah,
up with Brad, huh?
I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I could work 8 hours, but I don't know if I could talk for 8 hours. Although I could keep
No,
people talking for
we
quite
won't
a
be doing
while.
that. We're
Believe
just
me.
having some fun. We just don't want to be annoying. So whatever time that you feel that you need to leave, just let us know, and we
Okay.
understand.
But well, I'm getting a little tired.
That's
So
too
I
bad.
mean,
No, just
we're
kidding.
gonna.
No,
You know
we
what? We're gonna have to have you come back when we do our rankings. We're gonna do some rankings, and then and when we do, we're gonna have you come back, and you can be our celebrity guest host, and while we do our ranking videos.
ranking. Ranking
Yeah,
for what?
like your favorite horror franchise or your favorite your 10 favorite movies with cats in it or something like that.
That would be cool. But
yeah.
I mean, there's the type of horror that I like. There's a fine line between it because it's more action. It's also action oriented.
Yeah,
I
I like
mean,
action movies board too.
yeah, I mean, but like I was obsessed with the Resident
Yeah.
Evil series. I love those
Yeah,
Original
that's a
movies,
World.
but
good
that's
series. Yeah.
yeah, and they're coming out with a new one.
Yeah, they definitely
So
are.
I was obsessed with the video games, everything. I
Yeah,
love
the new
that
one is supposed
series.
to be based more on the game. It doesn't have Mila Jovovich. It has characters named after from the game.
It's disappointing in a way because I really like her, but
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
there has to, but she has to take a break at some point. She's been doing that for like what, 15 years?
I mean, who do you think could
Been a while.
replace her? Honestly, I mean, if you guys had a thought on who you think would be a good replacement, Kelly, would it be you, or would it be like Nev Campbell,
I don't.
Sarah
Well,
Jessica Parker?
she's. I don't know who would replace her. I mean, she's got a look too. I mean, I Scarlett Johansson. I don't see her. Well,
That's my pick.
she's.
Yeah,
She might be able
well, you don't.
to. I mean, she did do Black Widow,
It's
so
true. Yeah,
I could see her doing it. She did Lucy. She does do the
Yeah.
action film stuff a little bit, so maybe like somebody like her.
did you like the
So,
Venom movies, by the way?
The what?
The Venom movies.
I haven't seen the second one. I've seen the first one. I
Or,
liked that one a lot, but I wanted to see the second one with Woody Harrelson because I love Woody Harrelson.
yes,
And
indeed,
yeah, and the Venom, it looked really good. I want to see that. The next Spider-Man movie looks pretty good too.
definitely.
Yeah,
With the
that
Green
one looks.
Goblin.
yeah, that's
The Green
that's gonna be
Goblin.
rough.
Isn't the Goblin supposed to be in there? The Hobgoblin or something supposed to be in the new one? Or
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah.
Let's see, Doctor
It's
Octopus, the Hobgoblin,
isn't the.
and
I thought it was
Mysterio.
Supposed to have all
Mysterio.
three
The
Spider-Man too.
They'll have Mysterio come in. This is a way to maybe this is a way to bring back all their characters, from the multiverse. They can bring them back, because Marvel has a really bad habit of killing every single villain, which really stupid as shit. It's the one thing about comic book movies that's absolutely just beyond me. It's like, don't kill the villain. Well, you can do anything else you want, but don't kill the villains.
yeah, and then they need to bring him back for some reason, and then they can't, and so they have to make up something.
it'll be cool to see the Hobgoblin though if they do that. Like, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but I mean, the Hobgoblin, that's just they're just gassed and kind of like a steroid thing. I don't know.
yeah. She's gonna throw
Uh,
pumpkins at people and shit.
yeah, throw pumpkins. Yeah.
They need to bring the Black Cat into the Spider-Man world. Either they either need to bring the Black Cat or Silver Sable. I don't care who they bring out. One of those two needs to come into the Spider Universe.
I always liked the Black Cat. And they had like a thing, didn't they? Didn't Peter
They
Parker
did.
and her have a thing?
They did. Yep.
Yeah, it was Alicia Silverstone. She
Felicia
was the
Hardy.
Black Cat.
Felicia Hardy, and then
Oh, it was Felicia
then-
Hardy. That's right.
he flirted with Silver Sable, but never went there. But Silver Sable is also a great character too. So I like to see
Right.
Silver Sable. Silver Sable would probably be better to come out like on a series like like a Hawkeye or Moon Knight. But I like to see him come out though. Either way.
Yeah.
Well,
The Sandman worked for her when he was reformed after he reformed after talking to Ben Grimm, and then he went to work for Silver Sable International. He was pretty badass. I like how they reformed him. He was pretty cool, and I liked it quite a bit. And then they reverted him back to being a bad guy. But he was an interesting anti-hero when he worked for Silver Sable.
All right.
Yeah, that sucks, Brad. That's not going to be fun at all. So he has to go 40 miles. He drives 40 miles anyway to go to work. And now they have to go grocery shopping. It looks like they have to go 40 miles again. Man, that sucks.
that's crazy, man. I hope
Yeah.
everybody's okay. A friend of ours had a Walmart that just caught on fire.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that sucks.
burning down.
Nobody's trapped in the building, are they?
That's a
I
great
mean, is
question.
everybody okay?
I don't know. Is it a 24-hour, Brad? Like,
Is everybody all right?
Hopefully everything all right.
They have the 24-hour ones open now?
I can't answer that. I know the ones by my place in Ohio do.
They don't here. They're not 24/7 here yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. He's all right. He's got a grocery store in town. Oh, that's good. That way, say it'd be a long drive to go to work
That's
and
good.
out the same drive to go get groceries. That would not be good.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man.
But I'm gonna probably sign off here. So,
Well, we thank you.
Thank you so
We
much for
appreciate you
coming in,
coming
man.
on the show. You're always
you're
welcome.
welcome.
If you just want to pop in one night, if you want to hang out with us, just let us know and come on. We
Okay.
consider you part of the family, so if you ever want to come on and hang out with us, just jump in. Let us know.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Anybody
Sounds
have
good.
any final questions or anything before we say goodbye to our guest?
It was
Good
nice
night,
meeting you.
Ghost. Thanks for bringing her up.
You're welcome. You
Night,
you guys
Ghost.
have a good night. Thanks
All
for
right.
having me on and everything.
Where can we find the links to your store, by the way? Is it on your Instagram?
It's on my page.
Your
I need
Facebook?
to so there's one on my KP Ghost Productions page. I could send you the link too, because
When you do that, I will put it in the videos and in the chat for sure.
okay.
So thank you for coming on. You were our guest tonight, and we really appreciate it. So have a great rest of your night, and we'll have you on again sometime.
You too. Thank you.
Oh, no, it was our pleasure.
everything.
It was an awesome time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All
Have a
right,
good
bye-bye.
night.
Have a
You
good
too.
night. Hobbs.
How you guys doing?
Close up.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Maze.
Hi.
Maze.
Hi.
Yeah, Maze. For the grown-ups. Hey, Maze. Just put some Maze on it. Maze.
What a kick-ass guest, huh? What a good time. Shit.
Yes, he's fun.
I see we have 5 likes or dislikes. That's fantastic.
Hi.
What?
Breaking the record.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. All right. It's all good. Keep bringing the dislikes. It's all good.
It's 15-3. I see.
You got to divide the 3 into the 5. That's how many you'll end up with. I'm just kidding. I don't.
What the fuck? Oh well. Well, they're just jealous because we have kick-ass guests.
I think it's because they wanted Bones to sing tonight.
You guys should do a duet right here. like like Ebony and Ivory or something like that.
I'm afraid I don't know any songs.
Ebony and Ivory.
Mm-hmm.
Bones, I cannot believe your collection of Disney, bro. You and Brad. I mean, I love Disney movies. I just don't have the collection you guys have. And I bet, Patrick, you got some too, man.
Yeah, I got Disney.
All right, I'm
They
going to put
never
the
come
link
up.
to
I
her
had to
store
break
in
them
the
out to
stream.
impress the female. You hear me?
I'll be right back. I'm going to put the link to her store in the chat. You guys want to hold this down for me?
Yes, sir. Cheetah ran off because he's fast as fuck, boy. The Hobbs ran off.
What's that?
I said the cheetah ran off because he's fast as fuck, boy. And the Hobbs ran off.
The cheetah's on the prowl.
He's fast as fuck, boy.
The Cheeto.
Kill
Did you have
it,
a good
Katie's
time,
still in
Bone?
the chat. Do what?
Did you have a good time, buddy?
Yeah.
Is that the first time you interacted with the director before, like in a chat?
Yes. Whatever she was, I just considered her a celebrity.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It gets kind of nerve-wracking. You don't know what to ask sometimes. You're like, am I going to stumble and ask something stupid, you know?
So I got the first Incredibles. We got Coco. Still with a family video sticker on it. The Salvation Army. I picked these up, factory sealed. So I picked up Cinderella for 50 cents.
Joe wants to know which one of us is falling asleep on the stream tonight.
Who asked that?
Joe,
Which one?
we gotta try to beat them 8 hours Brad did. Hashtag sleep stream.
Yeah, how did I get assigned to that, by the way? Everybody said that I made up a stream called Sleep Stream.
Did you?
No, we nominated
No?
you.
Oh,
Everybody else I got voluntold.
that was.
I'd be watching y'all volunteering me for shit.
You know, I hope if Brad's still in the chat, I really hope that you enjoyed reading the chat after you went to sleep, Brad. There's a lot of love in that room for you, buddy. A lot of
Me and
love.
Pat and Josh hung out for a long while. I fell out first and went to bed, and I think they still stayed a while.
Yeah. I just thought there was a lot of love just sitting there, and then we just segued to just all those different topics, and then football, and then it was just it just kept on going. That was a fun night.
Good times. Trying to sign on for work.
Some of those comments that were coming though, they just had me I was in tears. I was laughing so much at some of the stuff that was coming out of there. Like, holy cow, you guys are funny as hell.
I'm not gonna lie about it. I did check back at like 7 a.m. just to make sure he was okay. I did.
I did too. You know, Josh, I did too. I kept on coming back to make sure he was all right. And I know that's the reason Joe hung out. Joe was watching out for him too. So
I watched the very end of the replay to see him wake up and slap the laptop closed.
Yeah, I think he got up after that though. I'm sure he did. I'm also sure he went back and watched the last hour or so, or the last couple of hours of the stream, and he was probably just sitting there watching all of us just talking away, and
The problem with things like that with me is, like, depending on the type of chair it is, dude, I would fucking fall over, and everybody would just live it. They would love it. I have a tendency to move around a lot, dude. If I was sitting in a chair, if it wasn't a recliner, dude, I'd fucking fall right over. I know I would. Right on camera. And then what happened is the camera would tilt towards my direction and film me on the ground for 3 hours while you guys all making jokes. I know it would happen to me that way.
No, I think if you fell, I know for sure I would call you to let you know that hey,
You know, sometimes if you had a few, sometimes those calls, they just go right out the door.
He just no, he just it was just that's how he's supposed to do it. Just gently fall asleep. That's really what it was. They're on. They end up being on for 8 hours and 20 minutes, which actually beat Michelle from Make Up Mom and Son because she went on. She did a live stream for 8 hours once, and the Super Slash Bros. That's the longest I've ever seen a stream go. By the way, I've never seen a stream go on longer than that. 8 hours and 20 minutes. I've never seen that before.
Somebody came on and they were like, I don't know how they got the link, but they started singing. They were like, "Who can take the sunshine, sprinkle it with you?"
Joe was there for over 7 hours. Yep. Yeah. Andrew Molina came by afterwards. Somebody named Granny Monster came by afterwards. There's people popping in and out, saying hi.
The Trash Dash, Danny.
Oh, Danny came by? Okay.
I don't know who that granny person was. They came by laughing, typing
Yeah.
LOL.
I didn't know that either. I was like,
came by
okay.
and said, "It's Danny B at the Trash Dash."
Danny B in the Trash Dash. Here we are talking to you from Sack of Tomatoes.
Sack of tomatoes.
Yeah, he lives in Sacramento. They call it Sack of Tomatoes.
He lives by the Scream house, by the way, from the movie Scream.
Nice.
Yeah, I did not know Ghost's birthday was the same as mine. That's crazy. Small world.
Who can take the sunshine, sprinkle it with you?
How you feeling, Katie? You feeling much better? I know it's cold in here. You got snow today, huh, Josh?
Yeah, but I was working, so I didn't really get a chance to see it or go out and make any snow angels and shit.
Yeah, we didn't have that much. We had enough to cover the ground, and and that was about it. It's cold though. It is 35 degrees here.
Was it cold ground? Camp Cold Ground?
Cold ground. Cold ground for sure. Cold ground. The cheetah was underneath his covers most of the day. I got to go down and watch my second Wild Eye movie. I'm watching Impact Event after this.
Oh damn! Everybody has a mixed opinion on that one. I loved that one, but some people shit on that one. They hated it. So
I love Wolf House. Wolf House was when Joe said he liked that, I had a feeling as soon as Joe said that, I knew I was going to probably not liking it too. Joe's pretty much been spot on for Wild Eyes. Spotting them if they're good or not. So I went in there and I was really surprised. I was really surprised how good that movie was.
I'm sorry to hear that, Katie. We'll go to about another 15 minutes or so. I'm not going to be able to do a full 3 or 4 hour tonight. I just can't do it. I've worked 22 hours in like 2 days. I'm just kind of tired,
What are we doing next week, Hobbs?
Huh?
What are we doing for next week's show?
I'll be in touch with that. I kind of want to do kind of like a celebration of the panel.
Okay.
But I kind of need you guys to be on so we can talk about you guys and promote you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That's why I want to do a channel drive for all of you guys and everybody in the chat, and just do kind of like a networking event.
That'll be fun.
I don't have anything left to give away because all my boxes are being set up for. I've got to mail Brad and Robert Harding's package out. Robert lives in Canada. I didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay. We'll talk about it.
Hobbs, Joe mentioned about Wolf House. Yeah, I thought Wolf House was great too, Joe. I actually wished it would have been a little bit longer.
Looks like the fire was in the grocery area with flames.
I'm excited to see what Brad thought of Bundy Reborn, though. I can't wait to watch that one.
They got it under control.
Did you hear that, Cheetah?
What was that?
Brad reviewed Bundy Reborn, but I've not watched it yet.
Oh, okay. I know Bunny Reborn is one of your top favorite Wild Eye movies.
I've never seen it, dude.
I don't know. You keep on. You know what? That's what you say, but you keep on pushing it so much. I have a sneaking feeling that you have seen it.
I want to see it.
You don't have it. I mean, Rob didn't send you a copy.
No.
Oh
No.
wow. Okay.
Hey, you can't complain. He sent you Cuckoo's Lane.
Yes, he did. I'm
No
very
complaints
happy about
on
it.
your end. You got a movie that's probably $100 now out of pocket to probably find.
Really?
It's not, Brad. It's not that expensive. I just wasn't prepared for it. I didn't know. I have to kind of resend some of the things that I'm sending him. I kind of want to change a couple things around. I'm waiting on him to get back to me to talk about some movies. By the way, Brad, do you have Berserker? I'm not for sure if you got back to me on that or not. Have you guys seen Berserker, the zombie film?
No.
It's got Glenn Close in it and Bronson Pinchot. They play zombies.
Nice.
Oh wow. No.
Yeah, Glenn Close, Bronson Pinchot, and
Is it a horror
Sergeant
comedy?
Slaughter.
Kevin Balky
The horror
Bartakis.
comedy?
Yes, Sergeant Slaughter's in it as well, and also Rue McClanahan is in it as well. It's an older film called Berserker.
Question.
I was gonna say it had to be a horror film because I think Rue McCallaghan died like 5 years ago.
Go ahead, Bones.
Does he say "Don't be ridiculous"? Bronson.
Huh?
Bronson, however you say his name, Pinchot. Does he say "Don't be ridiculous"?
Yeah, it's from Perfect Strangers.
Yes, yes. You know where he's from? He's from Mipos. Becky Bartakamos. He's from Mipos. And his cousin Larry.
Yes.
Huh.
Oh, damn, Brad. Okay.
And he tells him, "Don't be ridiculous."
Thanks for getting back to me, Brad. I know which ones to send now. Yes, it does. It's got Glenn Close in it. It's got Bronson Pinchot, Sergeant Slaughter, and it's got it's an old zombie movie.
Just like
Is it
Sergeant
Wild
Slaughter
Eye?
throwing the Cobra Clutch on zombies, or what?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Go ahead, Bones.
I said, "Is this movie you're talking about Wild Eye?"
No, I'm just bullshitting. It's not a real movie.
The whole movie's fake, made up.
Yes, it's about killer tomatoes and Wild Eye.
Killer sunflower seeds and Wild Eye.
Right. Dang, Dahmer, how are you going to show up here but not on a Juggler stream, ... Whoops and that.
Oh, Mr. Bones a juggalo. That counts.
Who's
Huh?
Dahmer?
I think
Terror
that's
Reels?
terror. I think that's Terror Reels.
Well, I think we'll go on to about 12:15 and then I'm done.
I think I've told this story before. I don't know if Brad knows this, but my name, Mr. Bones, is from Jamie Madrox from Twisted's rap name when they were in House of Crazies.
Mm-hmm.
That one video you did, Bones, where you were kind of moving your head a little bit, the last video, were you actually singing?
I don't know. Where I played ICP Boogeyman and had the light up mask on.
Yeah. I want one of those purge masks.
Yeah.
The purge is now commenced. The
I always
purge.
kind of wanted one too, till one randomly got sent to me out of the blue. Now I want to start trying to make or buy all the other ones in the movies. One of them looks pretty simple to be able to make. It's just white and says God on top of it.
Good night, Brad. Feel better, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bronco Juggalo talks movies.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop,
No,
whoop. We love Fago.
We left Fago in between our butt cheeks. It goes, send your mama right up to the stove, taught a bitch to bring home a Fago. What?
Truth of the matter is, I actually like Fago. It's just so damn, so much sugar. It keeps me up all damn night.
Cream soda and rock and rye is my two favorite flavors. You ever had rock and rye?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Terror Reels is Steel City Dahmer.
We got 7 minutes, folks. Anybody want to do any bugle or anything? Any news? Any updates before we go to Sleepy World?
We'll save it for next week.
We need Jen to go do.
Yeah,
That's
we
true.
can't have
You
a
do it
bugle
without-
without.
you
We
do
can't
it
have a
without-
bugle without Jen.
That's true, Tim. Probably it's the caffeine, bro. You're probably right. It's probably not the sugar. I would have to presume that Fago has a lot of sugar or a lot of caffeine in it. 7 minutes in heaven, that's right.
Yeah, Brad, I used Mr. Bones as my Yahoo screen name back in when they had
7 minutes
chats.
in heaven with Boof from Teen Wolf. I can be Scott Howard with Boof. So let's go ahead and bring up a little bit of tidbits that's going to happen next week. I think what we're going to do is going to be a panel celebration and a subscriber celebration to do like a connection thing. If you guys have any ideas on how we can do that, kind of want to promote everybody, get everybody some subs and stuff or some connections. And we'll try to do that. We'll try to do kind of like a networking event next week. Because I'm not doing any special foods or anything next week. I mean, I have some spicy stuff, but I'm not going to do that.
No? Yeah.
And then we got A24 coming up on the week after, right?
A24 films, yeah.
Now, the problem is, I think you and Bones are going to be the only ones that's going to be able to answer that. I don't have a lot of A24 films physically.
The thing about that is, like I was talking about, Pat's always talking about labels, and I have all kinds of movies, but I don't particularly know what labels they're from. But I can tell you, my favorite A24 would be The Green Room, because I know I like that movie a lot, and I found out it's from A24.
Yeah,
oh, I did not know that. Fago does not have caffeine in it? Holy shit, I didn't know that. Maybe I just have insomnia then.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
As far as A24 goes, you can go to Wikipedia, and they have a list of releases that A24 has done. And you can just scroll down there and see which ones you have. And then, that's easy to do too. Yeah, I didn't realize until I did that. I didn't realize I had so many. I was like, I have this, I have that. What do I? I did not know. I did not realize how many I really had.
This camera sucks, but
Yeah,
The Green Room.
I just find myself for a guy who barks a lot about them. I have a lot of them.
Have you seen this movie, Hobbs?
What is that?
The Green Room? My camera sucks. It's got Patrick Stewart in it and Anton Yelchin, called The Green Room.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a good movie. And then, pertaining to Pat's favorite label, that's probably my best IFC Maniac remake.
The Maniac remake. I heard that is really, really strong. I know a lot of people that love that movie. I own it. I haven't watched it yet. I know. I have a feeling I think we're gonna end up covering that on Sunday night. So I'm just gonna wait until it gets picked, and then I'll watch it.
There's the alternate art, Hobbs.
I switched up a little bit. I went straight ISC for this Sunday, but that's because of Cold in July. It could have easily been in fact, I don't know why it wasn't an ISC. It might have been because they did the ISC midnight label after they released Cold in July, but this could have easily been a Cold in July release or a ISC midnight release. It's really dark. It's dark as hell.
Up a little higher, bud. Higher. The title, so we can see the title.
Oh,
Okay, sweet. Okay.
I'm talking about me, Hobbs, or on there. Oh, okay.
No, Bones.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like,
Here's the alternate art.
Well, we got 2 minutes, folks, and we're going to end it on a positive note. Not that things were not positive, but
yeah, Hobbs, I think you did outstanding tonight, man. You did great. You did awesome. Good questions, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was
Sorry
really good.
We're a little bit short tonight, folks. I know we normally go 3 hours to 4 hours, but I've had a hell of a week, and I'm tired. And Hobbs needs some Z's.
Need some dodos. Need some dodos.
No dodos.
So
Dodos are short for donuts. Go ahead, Bones.
So for anybody who collects Vestron and don't know about their next release, it's Cane Man 3 Day of the Dead. Comes out the day before my birthday in January 18th.
Joe the horror man's calling you out, Hobbs, says unacceptable. Says
Let me get some coffee, we'll try to go 10 hours.
Says at least we should do is 4 hours, do at least half of what the Super Slash Bros did.
If I hadn't worked 22 hours in 2 days, maybe I would be okay with doing a 6-hour stream. You know, I worked today. I've worked every single day. I'm not going to complain. You know, it's not going to do any good. I just been working because I got to buy movies, right?
That's right.
I got to go spend money on movies I'm not going to open or watch at all. I gotta go buy movies that is going to sit in my shelf for 3 years. I'm never going to touch them again.
That's why we're doing Dollar Tree Theater for. Are we supposed to be doing Dollar Tree Theater through Wild Eye Week?
If you have one, yeah, I got one that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm doing absolutely.
Oh man.
Yep. Because you can do multiple things. Like I've got a multi-pack for multi-pack media. I'm doing Mania for Wild Eye. You can mix it up.
I might have to pick up Dollar Tree Theater next week, man, because I got so much on my plate already.
Well, no, dude, you use the same film. You do a Wild Eye that came from Dollar Tree.
Yeah, but I never bought any of my movies from Dollar Tree. And I never got any of my Wild Eye movies. Everything I got was from Rob or was sent to me.
Well then, yeah, technically, yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe you can look and see if somebody has one that was bought from Dollar Tree.
I'll trade somebody for the Ashcroft entity if anybody's got a spare copy. I'll trade for that.
Here comes Bones. He's gonna let you know what you can get from the Dollar Tree. That's a Wild Eye.
Well, Dollar Tree should be doing their Black Friday sale. They did a massive Black Friday sale last year, so I'm sure that's why we haven't seen a sale lately. But I'm sure they will. Man, they had a shitload of films last year.
Bones looks like Steve Austin, man. He's huge.
Mm-hmm. The astronaut or the wrestler?
The wrestler.
Okay.
Look at Bones, man. He looks like a pro wrestler. Jesus.
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
The bottom line, because Mr. Bones says so. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Casey. I will try to sleep tonight. Bones, people were commenting that you look like Steve Austin. I think that you're like a big wrestler.
Pat, you looking at my camera?
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
These are all my Wild Eye, and they all came from Dollar Tree. Sheeboard?
Coming.
Yeah, keep
coming.
Let's see.
Is it Sheeboard?
Nice. Okay, now I'm looking at Hobbs. Oh. Sheeboard, yep, that's a good one. Yeah, that's the one with James Badler, I think, isn't it? Scrawl, yep. Yep.
Darkness Reigns.
Pat, you realize what he's doing right now, right?
He's
If you
showing
own
you
any of
his
these,
Wild
it doesn't
Eyes.
matter if you bought them from the company. They came from
Yeah,
Dollar Tree.
you can still review them and just say they're from Dollar Tree, Pat.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should go back there and rechange my when I do my editing for my first movie. I'll do that.
Demon Hunter.
Darkness
Did you
Reigns
like
is
that
a
one,
fun one.
folks? Dark Hunter?
I haven't watched this one yet.
Dark Hunter. Nice.
Snarling.
I'm doing that one. I'm doing that one tonight.
Bone Jangles.
Bone Jaggles is great.
Protect your wee winky boy.
That's the Snarling. The Snarling sucked.
And House of Salem.
Bone Jag. Yeah, we like Bone Jangles. Bone Jangles is great.
House
But
of Salem.
I like the girl who played the witch, and House of Salem is tight too. House of Salem is good. That's a good movie. Yeah, I might have to. Maybe I'll revisit that this week.
I think the best one out of that stack is Bone Jangles.
Yeah, I like Bone Jangles because I know Alyssa Dowling in it, so I love that. But as for overall, top to bottom, I would sit there and say House of Salem is probably the strongest of the movies you got. But I do like Bone Jangles quite a bit.
Caddy, don't worry. If you're with us long enough, you'll end up being one of us, and you'll end up reviewing Wild Eye movies with us.
Yes. Wild Eye.
You've got the right guy with the Wild Eye. All right, guys, it's 12:20. At 12:20, we're gonna deuce it out and say peace.
I thought you said 12:30.
12:15, but we can go to 12:30. That's fine. We can do 11 more minutes.
You can do it, Hobbs. You can make it. We'll just keep you going every 5 minutes.
That's right.
I thought you got a little longer.
Before you know it, it'll be 8 hours and 21 minutes, and then you'll Hey, if you want, Hobbs, you can just fall asleep, buddy. We'll wake you up.
Is that what this attempt is, to see me to fall asleep in my chair? Is that what you guys are? Is that what you guys want?
Yeah. Let's see. Anybody who wants Hobbs to fall asleep in his chair, raise your hand.
Oh, look, we have 25 more people in the chat.
You're here for the sleep stream.
Let's see. This is like the sleeptacular.
The Sleeptacular. The hell was that? The fuck was
Patrick farted. Patrick's fart sounded like a clown.
that?
I don't know what that noise was. I thought maybe he stepped on Rocky.
No, she's in a different room.
Okay.
She can't handle the stream. She takes too much. Oh, you got a mouse over there too? Oh, look at that. Bones has got the mouse.
Oh. Wow. Wow. Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Mike Pence rat?
Dollar Tree. Dollar
Nice.
Tree. I also found a bird corpse.
Did he come like white hair on top of him and everything?
I also got this bird corpse at Dollar Tree.
That's awesome.
Nice. Okay. Okay, and it's Ann Coulter, right? Nice.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys last week. Dollar Tree Theater is going viral. The director or the distributor from the movie
From Dollar Tree?
the Redwood Massacre, the people that distribute the film got a hold of me, and they thanked me for doing that review, and they put the review on the Redwood Massacre website.
Whoa, celebrity here.
Yeah, so now I'm going to be in the next Redwood Massacre. I'm going to be the killer.
Now they want to send us Dollar Tree movies?
That's right. So the next Redwood Massacre is going to be me with some hedge clippers. Just be prepared.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah. I'm moving up.
Yeah. And next up, you'll be doing movies from SRS.
Is that a Ron Jeremy film?
No, that's the guys who put out bad CGI sharks. They put out Zilla Foot. Oh, hey Ben, what's going on, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, the James Dean of the community, the Cadaver Club.
Team Gigan in the house.
Katie, we're looking
really
forward
cool,
to having
Hob.
you and Tochi back next week.
Yeah, I hope so too. Did they leave a comment on your review, Hobbs, or what?
Yeah, they did actually. They said thank you for reviewing the movie. Glad you liked it, and they took the review and put it on their website.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
You know what? You
Like
need
to
to go
make you the next killer in Redwood Massacre.
You need to go over there and screenshot that, and then post it on your post it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Scotland to be the next Redwood Massacre killer.
It's weird seeing your shit on somebody else's website. You know, it's different. It's different.
It was pretty cool, actually. I mean, it was nice to have them appreciate my review. Because I've had a couple of them that I've done for Wild Eye where the directors were pissed at me. Like Ouija Geist, I reviewed that movie and I bitched about how the front cover didn't look like anything in the movie. How I didn't see the creature in the front cover, and the director said, "Well, that's not my fault." Got a hold of me and said, "That's Wild Eye, not me." I was like, okay, that's
yeah.
Sorry. This is when I was young in the Wild Eye game, though. So
Yeah. Now you go there, and now when you watch the cover of a Wild Eye movie, you're just like, well, is it gonna really fit the movie? And most of the time they do.
So then he sent me like a 6-paragraph explanation of how the covers won't be the same, and I'm like, okay, I get your point, dude. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, damn it.
I never had anybody come at me. No one's ever come at me with
you're fast as fuck, boy.
Huh? Yeah, because I'm fast as fuck, boy. You don't know how fast I am. Now Ben's here. Ben knows all about that. Though I have not seen any reels recently, Mr. Bones. I have not seen that on my reels. I have not sent that out recently. I'm fast as fuck, boy. You just don't know how fast I am. Come get some. I fucking love that clip. Makes me laugh.
And then on the front cover of Ouija Guys, it's like this giant fucking caterpillar looking thing with like a skull on it. And at the end of the message, the guy was like, "How could I possibly even make anything like that?" I'm like, dude, I was just looking for it to be in the cover. That's all. I was looking for what was in the cover to be in the movie.
Dude, he was on your ass.
He was so pissed at me for making that review.
Yeah, he was on your ass, wasn't he? Holy cow!
He's like, do you think you could have done a better job with a $1,200 budget?
I have never had that. So I've never had that. I have never had that. Anybody's ever come at me like that? That sucks. Sorry about that.
No, we hashed it out in the end. We hugged it out at the end. We became brothers at the end, but like, we fought for a little bit. Now we're family. 4 minutes before we go to Sleepyville. 7 minutes in heaven. We're gonna go to Dreamland with Freddy. Yeah, I was gonna put the Lefty Lucy movie in our chat, our personal chat. But I was like, man, I wonder what Tochi and Popcorn are going to think if I put that in there. The opening sequences has somebody bent over just getting railed. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can do that.
I think Jennifer can handle that. You know how sassy she is. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about Katie. Katie might have not liked that. But
I was like, maybe you shouldn't watch this one. You know?
Actually, I wouldn't be. I was actually something I expected Jennifer would post.
I watched the trailer and it looked like someone about to cut a baby out of someone's stomach with a big old knife.
You might not have had the right movie, but
Yeah.
Well, it was in the back of a car. Like,
well, maybe it was. I'll have to go back and see what you're. You know, I think you are correct now that I think about it.
Oh Lord. Maybe it got crossed up with a Serbian film.
Everybody go check out or connect with Cadaver Club if you've not in the chat, and everybody in the connect with everybody. Popping the popcorn, connect with her.
I think
connect with Have Cheetah with you.
That's another one, Pat, that I will not watch.
No, I get it. No, I get
Connect
it.
with the horror man.
There's movies that I just won't watch either, Bones. There's
The stuff I heard is in there. I would watch Centipede before I would watch that one.
Which one?
The Serbian film.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to watch that.
He said he'd rather watch
I would watch
Centipede
before I would watch that.
Yeah, there's several films I'm like that. You know, like, yeah, I don't want to watch the Serbian film. I don't need to see that. Hell, I'm still trying to gear myself up to rewatch Irreversible.
You just got to review. You just got to reverse your thoughts.
Well, tonight I'm watching and reviewing Impact Event.
Oh my God! I'm so scared that you're not going to like that one because I like it. I'm so afraid you're going to tear it up.
No, it has Michael Berryman in it. Michael Berryman's badass.
He's in it. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
They got him featured on the cover with his name's on it. You know he's going to be. I've never seen him do a lead before, so I'm sure he's going to kick ass.
Anyways, Ben has never seen a Serbian film.
See, even Ben has his limits.
Nobody plans on watching it.
Before. I'm just holding my breath to see what Ben picks for his ISC movie.
Yeah,
I think knowing Ben, he's probably going to pick The Human Centipede 2, and I already said no. We got to give that a break.
Popping the popcorn, Katie. I just don't know if I can handle giving you an option to watch that movie without feeling bad afterwards. You know, it's really bad, Katie. Really bad. I'm a scumbag that likes
her want to pop her popcorn.
Maybe she test her out. Let her watch Cat Stick Blues, and if she can handle Cat Stick Blues, then she can handle that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because I handle Cat Stick Blues. I didn't even blink at that. I thought it was pretty cool.
All right, folks. It's 12:30.
Ben, you got my attention, brother. See, there you go. See, I can't. Did you watch Cold in July yet? Man, I can't wait.
Are you gonna tell us what it is, Ben?
No, he's probably gonna keep it close to his vest. But I can't wait to see what you guys have to think about Cold in July. Definitely not The Human Centipede 2. Thank you, Ben. I can't wait to see what you guys' reaction to that is. Good night, Joe.
You know what, Ben? Don't tell us. Maybe we should be surprised.
Yeah, let's be surprised.
All right, y'all.
All right, man. We out.
Good night, folks.
Night.
I gotta upload my Wild Eye Day 2.
Peace. Throw up the deuces. Peace.
Peace and chicken grease.